Well, welcome to another episode of Midlife Moxie. I'm Gail.
And I'm Jen.
Lucy's joining us again today. Oh my goodness. Well,
Looks
I
good with your
am
shirt.
hot off the streets of New York. I'm also had a little illness. So if I don't look or feel my best, just excuse me. And I forgot my earrings, but we've got stuff to talk about. We can't be canceling episodes just because of my puny
Oh yeah, just
woes.
because Gail's sick, like why would we do that? That's ridiculous.
Forget that. We got stuff to talk about. And today we're talking about those fall colors, the Pantone forecast,
Yep.
what else we're seeing in the marketplace. Because first off, let's talk about Pantone and what it is. You want to give
Yeah.
your description? What is
No,
Pantone?
you have the best description. Give it. Go.
I feel like Pantone is a color ink developer and color organizing system, basically, color cataloging. They are kind of the standard in the industry if
Mhm.
you are trying to match color or give the specifics of a color. And by specifics, I mean what
Yeah,
ink.
it's called a spot. Yeah, it's called a spot ink in the printing process. It's a very specific.
So that means someone on the West Coast can be talking about a Pantone color and the
Right.
way they ordered it, and talking to someone in New York. Sorry, I don't know who that was or what that was. Get back. Something on my phone. And someone on the East Coast, they can both be looking at their Pantone palettes and know they're talking about the same color. And so it serves as a reference point in the industry of Pantone, blah, blah, blah color by its little name is a very specific shade. It's not just hot pink, it's the Pantone, blah, blah, blah. Now,
Right.
there are other color organizing and librarying systems, if that's the right word. Like cataloging would be the best word. Um, but Pantone is definitely the hands down. Now, what we mean when we talk about the Pantone color palette is this is the forecast.
Yeah.
Forecasts are not absolute, just like in weather. And where these forecasts come from are the London Fashion Week and the New York Fashion Week. Those are the two ones that Pantone puts out a palette for. So they are not saying we want these colors to be the most popular. They're saying, based on these runway shows, this is what the designers are doing. These are the trends we're seeing. This is where we think it's going. And we think this is what you're going to see. So we get London Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. And so if you see those terms at the top of the palette, or it'll say NYFW or London Fashion Week,
Yeah.
LFW, that's trying to get that out right. That's what those mean. And they can have some similarities.
Yeah. They have a
What
little bit of overlap, but then they usually have some key
similarities,
differences
but they
also.
can also vary.
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about the New York just because we can't go on and on for all the colors. But one more thing about the Pantone trending colors. They call them the trending colors. It's the color forecast. It's the colors of fall, winter 2025, 26, however you want to look at it.
Or fashion. Or
Well, these colors
our
though,
one from home.
this palette is we're going to talk about in terms of fashion. But the
Mhm.
palette that they put out is for interiors. It's for anything that someone's going to use their colors for. And interiors also has a trend and fashion that goes along with it. So sometimes we'll see a color and we'll be talking about it, trying to figure out how in the world you're going to put an outfit together with that color. But often what might happen is you might see it in wallpaper and in home decor more than you would see it in clothing. So we're going to go with the mindset of this is all intended for fashion because we usually see, right, Gail, no matter what, we usually pretty much see almost all of them out in the stores at some point.
Usually, just main point being to start is Pantone is not the end all, and
Right.
that's guaranteed. Pantone also selects the color of the year. Now, the color of the year is usually chosen, I don't believe, off designer work. It's internal at Pantone based on things going on in the world, how people are
Yes.
feeling,
It's
politics,
interesting because
international affairs.
yeah, it used to be that they would choose a color from the existing palette that they had put out there. But the last, what, 3 years now, it's been a completely different color. Like not even a version of what they put out. Like one was a peach one year. What was this? What's this?
Mocha
What's the one
mousse,
coming up
mocha
this year?
mousse, mocha mousse.
Yeah, smoke a mousse. So, and that one, I
So
guess,
the
is
feeling is the palettes per season, because they do one in spring and one for fall based on the fashion
right.
weeks, because that's when the fashion shows happen if you don't know. And that's driven by the designers. The color of the year seems to be driven by Pantone.
Yeah,
So
I think
those are
so.
different things. And
And I don't
Pantone
know why they're the authority, but
makes that happen versus the forecasting is saying this is what we're seeing and this is the Pantone shade we're calling it,
yeah.
and here's how you can match it up. Now, they give us, how many colors do we have?
We have 10, what 10, I'm going to air quote, 10 colors and then 5 classics. So 15 total. Their classics tend to be, they call them classics. Really, they act as neutrals, but even
Mhm.
then, we'll find neutrals in the 10 colors. So, you refer to it however you want. We'll do the 10 colors first and then we'll jump into the classics. And you can easily see how they can act as neutrals, but they're very the classics are very cool this year. But you can pull from the colors that have some warm neutrals. So
So
whatever
what
works.
happens with these colors? Let's talk about that before we get into the first
Yeah.
colors. This is where you will see, because the Fashion Week are the designers, haute couture, custom couture, it is the designer pieces. But they will set a lot of trends that we will see make it to what we call mass market. And that's where your stores, your brands that sell to people like you and I are emulating these looks or
Yeah.
these trends, these details, these feelings, because they're not necessarily going to make the exact garment, but they're going to take something they're seeing, because these designers will have a trending thing, a theme, something that flows through, and it can be color, it can be detail, it can be fabrics, it can be an overall trend like fisherman,
Yeah.
or
Right.
it can be all kind of things. But regular clothiers who make mass market for normal women who are not buying, designer one off, custom made, whether it's a high end or down to the lower end, like your Target or your H&M, they're emulating from that. And so
Yeah.
they're emulating these colors, these trendy styles. So they're going to go to these colors and say, which of these are the most likely to trend? Which one of these are going to be the most sellable? And usually, probably the more lower in the retailer is going to stick to the more sellable colors. So you may not see the odd colors, as we might call them, or the least
Ye-
likely to be super popular. You might only find those in very high end that
Yeah, it's a
tell.
really good point, Gail. Or we see them mix up in patterns
Mhm.
because it maybe it turns out that that color just works really well as a splash of color among a pattern. So you could see it then. But like I would agree, there's a few colors, and we'll point them out when we start talking about them, that it's really hard to imagine a retailer mass producing some of these clothes in certain colors. It doesn't suit most people. So nor do I see it as being very attractive to people either. So
Yeah,
that's a
because
good
they're
point.
going to be these kind of, depending on the retailer, depending on the brand, they're going to be deciding what also works for their market. Who is their
Mhm.
target? Is their target, 18 to 25-year olds? Is it, men? Is it women? Is it midlife? And what kind of cost are they going to have in producing that garment? Is this
Right.
a very hard ink to produce? Is this easily produced? Also, what we're going to see are a trend that comes from a certain color choice. Like, I'm going to go ahead and dive in, because in this group of colors, we have 3 browns.
Yeah.
That is seeing an overall trending towards brown. And I just came back from New York, and I've been in the stores, and I've been getting all the magazines and all the website notices of the new drops. And I can tell you brown is trending, period.
Yeah.
Any color, any iteration. And so that's what we see happen a lot of times. Like if it's a year that had a couple of pink tones, pink might be trending. So just know that brown is trending all around. But which brown you want to talk about first?
Oh my gosh, I know. And just to add one more thing, often retailers, especially ones that, are all, chains, will choose colors that have more to do with their brand. So even if a color is super popular, you still may not see it in certain stores if their brand tends to be more muted or super bright or whatever. And so there's that to take into consideration too. If we
Yeah,
talk about something and you're like, I'm not
sorry, it's
seeing
gotta
it,
work.
like you'll probably see it if you go to next door to the other store, you'll see it. So, all right. So which brown? Okay, well, first of all, let me see here.
That's
We got
my
uh one,
mailbox.
two, three, four, five browns.
Oh, five browns.
Well, I'm
Okay.
considering branding melon could be perceived as
Ish.
a brown.
Yeah, ish. What
Ish.
was your fourth?
Okay, so brandied melon, hot chocolate, bronze brown, French roast, and chili oil.
Oh, you're considering chili oil. That's
Well,
one I
because if you right now when I look at it, because I was a reaction when I looked at my chart, I have a little thing in front of me. I'll put that up in somewhere for people to look at. Um, chili oil looks like a red brown. It
it's
right.
brownish. It's
It's very
ish.
brownish. If it was on its own on a rack somewhere, you would probably a person would easily say, "Oh, that's a brown sweater." It
I
looks.
actually bought a blouse for a client. Let's just dive into chili
I
oil.
was trying the chili oil. Okay.
New York, it was a Vince piece, which are tend to pricey, and we found it at a TJ Maxx, and it was the most beautiful fabric, like a silky, satiny blouse
Hmm.
sheen. And I'm telling you, that color looked rich. It looked dimensional. It came alive in that fabric that had a sheen. And that's what you're going to find in these colors. Some work a lot better in some fabrics than others, and
Hmm.
some clothing pieces than others. I love this in a blouse, the chili oil, because I'm going to let you describe it in depth, but
Hmm.
it brings color up around the face, which I really am on my clients about all the time.
Yeah,
Color around
definitely.
your face, color around your face. So describe chili oil and who it looks best on.
Chili oil. So it is. I will, listeners, last time we did this for the spring, I took the time to post the image, the colors for each time we mentioned one. I don't know if I'll be doing that this time, but I will put up something that you can refer to visually to go along with this audio or video. Chili oil is a kind of like a brick red. Like it's kind of neutral too. It's sort of like a medium tone, not bright or anything like that.
I
And
think
it
the word rust, because
rust
I'm
is a good,
layman
yeah, it could be
over
rust,
here.
a little bit
Y'all know
tiny.
me. I'm coming with something in the real world of food or active nature.
Yeah, rust, brick, a very stark spice. It looks warm, but my gut tells me that it may even work on someone that's cool, depending on the garment. So I also think it's such a beautiful color. It's not too muted and it's not too bright, that it's going to look really beautiful in all fabrics. I can easily see this as a sheen. I can also see it as sweater or wool trousers come wintertime. I can see it in a lot of different applications. It reminds me a little bit of chocolate, but it's redder than that. So I think it might be too dark for
Powerful
someone
color.
like me.
I agree. I think this is going to be bright warm medium to soft warm deep.
Yeah, and
Is if
I,
you were deep and soft, that allows you a little more latitude in the heavy
yeah,
pigment. This color is richly pigmented. It
yeah,
is not super dark, but it is going to feel a little heavy for someone like Jen.
yeah. It's just a
Um,
little bit too much.
it's darker than paprika.
There, paprika. That's what I was trying to come up with my
It has
brain.
that
Paprika,
reddish,
yes.
that reddish orange of paprika that's very pronounced. I mean, it is very intensely reddish orange. It's not a hint at it.
Yeah, this is a little bit more muted than that, I think. Yeah.
It is like it makes me excited. I can't wear it really. It's not gonna be best for you. I probably could. I could probably dig into my
I'm
desk and
thinking that
make
it
it.
is right there on the border, like a soft, cool, deep might be able to wear it with, might, if they have some warmth in them somewhere, like some hazel brown eyes or something, might be able to pull it off.
If I were tan, I could wear that color. But
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
won't be tan. But let me tell you, if you're a girl that likes to dress for the calendar season, the weather season, this screams autumn,
Hmm.
Thanksgiving. Roll out the pumpkin spice latte,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinner. Let's go Christmas shopping. And for some of you who are really warm and really shy away from bright red, it could even act as a Christmassy red for you if you style it up right and in a sheen. I mean, it's one of my favorites, even though it's not really designed for me, but
Yeah.
bright, warm, soft, warm deeps rejoice, and it will be a beautiful lip color too. And I want you to match that lip color
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. It's
Dive
also
in.
going to be great as acting as a neutral. For someone like me going into the dark, the season where you want to wear some darker clothes. I think it's going to be a perfect neutral for bottoms, leggings, boots,
I would put it on your
bags.
bottom. I would put it
Absolutely.
on your bottom, like
Jacket
or
that, leather
shoes.
jacket or overcoat. I still think that it would work really well, just not as like a main top for someone like me.
If
And
you
I
add
say
it in
someone like me,
way,
light.
oh my gosh, grab it. It will be
Yeah.
so this color is going to be flexible. It's going to go with your neutrals, but it also could be paired with olive. It could be paired with something like lion's blue, Chinese blue. It could be paired with navy. It could
Yeah.
be paired with other browns. It really has a lot of options. So when you think about adding one of these colors from the palette, don't just go pick a color and say, "Oh, I love it. I'm throwing it in my closet." Think of how it makes sense in your closet. But you girls who are bright, warm, deep, bright, warm, medium, soft, warm,
Medium and
deep,
deep. Hmm.
you've already got colors in your closet. They're going to play very nicely with this. Like
Yeah.
with camel, oh, hold me back. That's going to be
Yeah.
divine. This is a color, if you get the chance to wear it head to toe, do it.
Yeah.
Monochromatic, yes, ma'am, all day, every day. This could even be paired if you're one of the adventurous types with a deep plum.
Yeah, I can
That
see that. Hmm.
plum look, oh, so rich looking.
Yeah.
So
That's what I said. It's why it kind of acts like a neutral, even though they call it a color, but
I
neutrals
think
are
we can
colors.
say we love chili oil for our warm girls. Love, love, love.
Okay. Hot chocolate.
Mm, it is everywhere, everywhere, even down to undergarments. There is no doubt.
It is exactly kind of what it sounds like. It looks like if you can imagine a cup of hot chocolate, it looks just like that. It's fairly dark. It's a little bit cooler than chili oil and darker than chili oil. So, but it's still a really nice neutral dark brown. As a top, it's definitely not for those that lean light. It's going to be very, very dark, but it'll be a beautiful neutral all over, I think.
I'm going to call it rich because it is
It's,
rich.
yeah,
It
it's
is so
gorgeous.
pigmented, so saturated. Again, it's going to look beautiful in a lot of fabrics. And
Hmm.
because we're seeing brown everything, I mean, we're not only seeing this tone, we're seeing everything around it. But I have seen this in a sheen and I've seen
Yes.
it monochromatic and almost passed out. It
Can you
was
imagine just a beautiful,
stunning.
simple, like slip dress in this? It would just be like in silk or a satiny finish. So, so pretty. Or this trend with the silk and shimmery skirts with the sweater look. I could totally see this color being just gorgeous.
100%.
Hmm.
I'm seeing even sheen pants in this kind of color, which
Yeah.
is something a lot of us star away from, but it's actually stunning.
Yeah.
And especially for you warm girls that, wait a minute, which ones are warm? Is this one our warm brown or a
I
cool
think
brown?
this one's fairly neutral. I think that this would go with both warm and
If
cool.
you're tired of colors like beige, brown, and just,
Yeah, this is like this is our this is
yeah,
this is
very
very close to
elevated
what
neutral.
one of our colors. So
It's very elevated for a neutral. If you're looking for a new neutral, especially in pants, and
mhm.
you want to invest in like a leather pant, a suede pant, a
Yeah,
great wool pant, girl, go get this
yeah.
because us who are cool, like I could totally wear this on the bottom with a fuchsia top.
Well, I see right now on my chart next to Winterberry, which we will talk about, which is a very cool color, and it looks absolutely perfect. It doesn't look strange, doesn't look forced. It's so I
It's really
think this
a
is one of
great
those
option.
colors that will pick up the temperature of whatever you're wearing with.
It's not an orangey brown. It's not a khaki brown. It is rich. It is intense. It gives you all the feelings of the season.
It
It
does.
seems elevated. It seems wealthy. It seems everything. And I think this is one of those pieces that if you're on a budget, if you go and find a retailer that does good, I'm going to say copycatting, like a Quince or a Nottum that does these decently made garments, and but they do them at a better price point than designer.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can get that designer look with this color if you get a great structured trouser. Choose carefully. Don't buy a cheap t-shirt that fades. But I'm talking, you can get a knockoff, almost what we would call what is in food that's off label, a generic. That's what I
Oh,
call places like Quince. It's like a generic. They're copying and they're giving us things at a decent price we can afford. But like look for some details like a great wool, maybe a pin tuck on it, great pocketing, maybe uh, a great cuff at the bottom, something that makes that pant feel elevated, and you can get that look of a very high end piece on, more of a moderate budget. So this color gives you a lot of opportunity for that because it looks rich just in its existence. But I'm seeing it in bras, panties, athletic wear. I mean, this is raging. Now, let me also stick a pin here. We saw this happen years ago when Oprah Winfrey wore some brown and she wore chocolate lipstick. Seeing that same fever about chocolate go on that we did back then, which was probably in the 2000s or the 90s. It's been a long time, but I mean, everything had a fever pitch around brown. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing brown lipstick, browner cheeks. I mean, it is a whole vibe and it's a everything. It's all in. Hopefully, with that said, that means that will stay around more than one season. I don't expect it to just hit and go somewhere. I think this will be trending for a while.
okay. So we had chili oil, which is a little the warmer side, hot chocolate, which I think is fairly neutral in between warm and cool. And then we now lean into cool with French roast.
It's the cousin to me to hot chocolate. It's just cooler. It's taking
Yeah.
that
It's
bit
the
of,
same darkness, except that now when you put them together, hot chocolate looks warm and French roast looks cool. And
if you
French,
are
yeah.
warm, I don't mind some of these deep chocolatey browns on you. They're all chocolatey to me. It depends on what chocolate we're talking about. We talking about Hershey's, we talking about hot cocoa, we talking about espresso with cocoa beans. What are we talking about? Now, cool girls, this is the definitely brown for you, no,
Definitely.
no doubt about it. But I think warms can even wear a cool brown because it's kind of like I can wear most any pink. I have some warm clients. I'll name them for you later that I don't, as long as they don't get into taupe, those kind of, as long as
Well,
it's
those are because it's a lighter color too, but
long as it's super
uh
rich, I haven't had a problem with them wearing it because brown is innately kind of warm.
it
It's not,
is, but I'm gonna
you gotta agree with me.
I don't know. If I'm looking at what this is right now, I cannot, I mean, besides it being too dark for me, I cannot imagine wearing this color. It
I think it's more of a dark issue than a,
maybe it is. Maybe it's just too dark, but I can see why you're saying that. And Gail knows because I am all about the color theory and the like I can look at a color and I can say, yes, that's warm, that's cool. Yes, I know what type of person will likely look good in it. But Gail's the one that's out in the store shopping for her clients. And so application takes it to a whole nother level. So this is why we always kind of preach a little bit on get your color analysis so that you have your color palette and then get styling so that you can apply it because applying it is a whole nother art that Gail knows. So like I can argue with her and go, no, that's a cool brown, but she knows like, well, no, she's just already telling me she's clients that she knows look good in it. So there's always a little bit of
basically
that
this is a color for those warmer people. I'm probably
flexibility.
gonna be using away from the face. I'm gonna be using
Yeah.
accessories. And it's it's more neutral than it would seem. It's just a cooler brown. So it's just like when we talk about a warm pink, it's still pink. It's a warmer pink. I think this is still brown, but is a cooler version. So that's
That's
kind of
true.
where
All
my
true
thoughts
statement.
go with that. But it's there. So if you're cool and you're sitting there thinking, brown, I don't like brown. I'm a black and gray white girl. Oh no, 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 no. You run get this brown because
Yeah,
I'm
this is a great one for cool and deeps. Oof.
it's going to
So
be hard for this to look cheap. Now,
yeah.
don't try to challenge me on that. I know you can do it. I know you're making things happen out there, but it's a color that is, some
Yeah.
colors look cheap quickly, and we'll talk about which ones they are. This one, you can get this in denim.
Yeah.
It'll be stunning. And this gives you an opportunity to deviate if you're a cool girl from navy, black, and gray. This
Yeah.
is your chance. Run. Now, let me say, if you are going to go with some brown clothing, you're going to need to get some brown shoes, some accessories, because please don't come out in those beautiful brown pants and a clunky black shoe. You'll see
Right. Don't
that
do that.
occasionally. It can be look, but it's not the look. So really know that if you're going to bring it in and you're super cool, this is one of those you're going to have to invest in more than one piece probably to make it work in your wardrobe. Now, if you just got a pair of jeans and you had like a berry colored top and some berry colored shoes, that can work. But just
Cute.
be
Yeah.
willing to buy a few pieces that work over there in that land, especially shoes, maybe belt, to make it really look its best. Don't just throw it in there with your black and white because that's not going to be how it looks best.
Last brown that has the word brown in it, but I don't know. I mean, I know why they're calling it brown. So this is the bronze brown.
Okay, let me tell you, I've seen it. It's out there.
It is out there, but it
I
is not a color that everyone can wear.
No, I was shopping in New York in person with clients this last week, which is I could die. I absolutely love going in stores and holding up things and getting them to try things. And we went makeup shopping too. I forgot to tell you that. We tore through a Nordstrom and strapped our hands up and down and backwards. We had the best time. But one of my clients is a sophomore medium, and it was actually lovely on her. She had
Yes.
more like a light to medium brown hair. She has green eyes. She has
Mhm.
very fair, very soft colored skin.
Yes.
And it was lovely up next to her.
Yes.
And I
It's a
think it's prettiest though in texture. It was a
yes.
sweater we found. I'm like, oh my gosh, there it is. There's the color. I imagine this also being a strong part of tweeds and
Yeah, like I can see that too.
where you get some gradation in the color and multi-tonal. I could see you wearing it.
I can see me wearing it too. I used to have, I think we were trying to get our clothes ready for the Style Masters call about this topic. I used to have a sweater. It was absolutely this color, and I must have gotten rid of it because at the time, or maybe when my hair was a little bit too blonde, too light, that maybe I just didn't like it. Because I went straight for it, and it's not in my closet anymore. So I must have put in the
It's
donation
almost an
pile.
antique gold. And let me just warn our listeners
Yeah.
here. When you hear the word bronze, bronze can be cool or warm, or it can be kind of neutral because there are some bronzes that have a lot of coolness to them, especially in makeup and such.
Yes, you're right, but
Bronze
that's
is a
not this
weird
bronze.
description. No. So don't be thrown off sometimes by words because people
Right.
differently. This is not as orangey and tangy as butterscotch, but that direction,
It is
like a
basically a
gold almost.
it's like a olive, it's like a brown olive. Like
It
how else
didn't
to
feel
describe it?
green at the store, but it felt like
It's very
walnut,
warm.
almost a walnut kind of color.
Yeah.
Walnut had a richness to it. It's not
Mhm.
mustardy, but there was
No,
an intensity. It reminds me of an antiqued gold kind of color.
I think that one of the colors we have in our palettes is I think I called it peanut in the palette. It looks like that. It's like, anyways, it's warm. In my opinion, it is not cool in any regard. It is a very warm brown. It's but
It's a
it's
little
a
nondescript,
little green,
but
maybe.
It didn't feel green in the store.
Yeah.
It's a color that you will overlook if you're not careful, but it is a color, it could be super powerful. This would be beautiful in a wool overcoat.
Yeah.
This would be beautiful in a leather handbag. Like if you're the girl that buys one bag for the season, buy this color. It will, if you're warm, it will go with about
It'll
any
go with everything. Yeah.
it is that very, very most neutral of neutral warms. I don't mean neutral as far as temperature, cool, warm. I mean a neutral in a warm
Yeah.
closet. So if you're thinking of an investment piece like an overcoat, a trench, suede boots that are going to be expensive, this is a great color to get in those.
Yeah.
And on the right person, it's going to be beautiful and it feels warm. I mean, I don't mean the look of it. It feels cozy. It feels
It is.
it feels like the season. So if you're looking for something, it's richer than camel.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
It's a
it is.
little just slightly
About medium and
darker
darkness, I would
than
say. Hmm.
camel, if I could say that. It's not a sharp bright color, but it is more intense than camel, I guess would be the right word. So
Yeah, it is. So it is very warm, and so for those who have warm color types, this, like Gail said, because it will go with all of your warm colors. It'll look perfect with like tomato reds and golden yellows and maybe even a mustard yellow because it just that family.
I can't think of many warm tones that won't go with coral,
I would agree.
blues,
Even
green.
blues, yeah, blues, and then all of the
Teal
turquoises and
green,
green
teal
blues.
blue in this would be stunning, but it also goes with olive.
Yeah,
So, warm girls, if you're looking for statement pieces, if you're
yeah,
going to put one good pair of wool pants, you want it to go with everything, this is it.
yeah.
This is the color. Now, we didn't go in, we mentioned brandied melon, but we didn't really talk about it. This one is interesting.
It's basically it is muted. So when I say muted, Gail and I use our words a little bit differently sometimes. So I'll just make sure everybody knows what I mean when I say this. When I say muted in this context, it means it's not a very clear, bright color. It's and not dark and not necessarily dark. It's a lighter color, but it's not very clear and bright. So if you think of peach, like a peach, the color to me feels very clear, even though it's a lighter orange. This is like a muted version of it.
It's dirty, it's
It's
dusty.
fleshy, but medium-ish in tone,
It's a
maybe.
lot. To me, if you took terracotta and lightened it, you
Yeah,
would get
that's great. Yes, like that. It's a very earthy, fleshy.
boho girls.
Yes,
It's right in that those kind of washed, faded colors that goes along with boho dressing. It's
it
in
is
that
warm.
now. It's not pretty to just look at it. You don't look at that color and go, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah, you don't. There's not a lot of presence to it.
this could go horribly wrong." I'm just gonna be honest. The wrong fabric, the wrong piece, the wrong person. It's gonna look like
But it could be
baby
so
whatever.
beautiful in a pattern.
Yes, it's going to work well in patterns. It's going to work well on very soft warms who just really can't handle a lot of color, like a soft warm light, which is an
Yeah,
unusual
light.
color combination. We don't have many of those, but those of you who need a little color, but you just can't handle much, this is it. It's delicate.
Yeah, yeah.
It's but it is a little earthy. So if you're that girl who is soft, warm, light, and you want some of that earthiness that we feel about autumn,
Hmm.
this could be your fall color.
Yeah.
It could be a beautiful color. It will be a beautiful um eyeshadow on some people.
Yeah.
A cheeky color. It could be a beautiful layering piece that is
Mhm.
a little bit more than your skin tone, but you're wanting something real neutral. But camel looks a little odd on you because you're so pale. Because we do have some warm lights that are super, super pale, and you
Yeah.
just don't have a lot of pigment in your skin. And sometimes when we get in the real yellowy
Yeah,
tones,
it gets a little too
a little
fleshy.
disconnect.
Hmm.
This is definitely more like real skin tone looking. It's got that peachy component to
which
it.
is which is why I think it needs to go on someone probably light, because as soon as you put it on someone that has more medium and dark tones, I think it's going to wash them out.
Oh, by itself, it would be horrendous on them. It would look like what
Yeah.
happened? Did that fade in the washer? It's that kind of color, but it don't dismiss it completely.
Yeah, I think I could wear this color. I think
Yeah.
especially with some gold jewelry, hot chocolate, leggings or pants. I think it would look really,
It- Especially with a jacket in a color that has a little more depth,
yeah,
like maybe wear this as a tank or something. Um, I don't think you'll see this everywhere. This is one of those that I don't
so
think you're going to
curious if you
see in
will.
every garment. Like in workout wear as a monotone, this ain't gonna get it. This is not a head to toe monochromatic color unless
I
it was just
agree.
signature color and it was some divine fabric and had great styling and seaming. I just don't see that happening. I really don't.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of presence, but it is still a very wearable color. Let's talk about one that's not wearable.
Let me make one comment where this could really be a pretty
Okay.
paired copper. Like say you had a copper um, coated denim jacket, or you had a copper suede piece and you're really warm. This as an underlayer in like a tank or something, like I mentioned before. I think I'm gonna keep going back to that tank idea, or some kind of just,
Blouse.
simple blouse, but you're wearing it with something with some power like copper. It's in that vein
Yeah.
where it really blend in with those type of colors. It's
Nice.
very, very warm. Cool girls don't even think about it. Don't get confused. I don't care if they're giving it away. Do not go near branded melon if you are cool.
Yeah, don't. Not gonna work.
Just
Not at
don't.
all.
So I know what color you're coming to.
This one's tough. So, because some of these are really easy to talk about, but so I think in a way I'm kind of picking out the ones that I have the most conversation around because some of them are kind of like, where that done. Lemongrass is not one of those. Lemongrass, Gail and I are still we really so what we do for Style Masters, just so you, we go through for this topic when the season hits and all the colors, we go through all the colors that are forecasted. We choose members in our membership that we drape in what we think is a good example who can wear each of these colors, like one person for each, one person per color kind of a thing. We had a really hard time finding a person that could wear lemongrass because it is very light, it is very muted, and the core hue is yellow, but it's like a dirty, it's like if you took a yellow top and like rubbed it through dirt. So it's a very muted yellow. It's not a pretty color in my opinion. I don't think Gail loves it either. And because of the oddness of this color, it's not obvious who can wear it. Would you agree?
There's people that can wear it if we're just being honest. I don't expect to see much of this color
Yeah,
for several reasons. It's difficult. I think it's going to be a difficult color to nail down, like when
right.
they're trying to produce the garment. I don't think it says autumn or winter. I don't think it's very wearable. I don't think it blends into many wardrobes well.
Right.
And I don't think you're even going to see it or notice it. I do
I'm
have one.
so curious. We should do a follow-up on this, like a quick
Yeah.
15 minutes to see if we are seeing it like in a month or two out
It
there.
is a tricky, tricky color because
Yeah.
makeup with it's very tricky. And like
What
I said, it doesn't feel like fall or winter. Now, some colors may not innately feel like fall or winter, but fabric and what we put them into make them fall and winter. This almost lives in pastel land.
I
If you think
think we're
about
going to see this in
pastel,
patterns.
we may see it in patterns and that will be
Yeah.
fine. Otherwise, just forget it. Just don't even. There's no need to wear this color. There's no benefit to wearing this color. Color just I don't know
We don't
what
even know what to wear it with. That's what's even more like we're good at color. Gail and I both are very good at color. And like if we could even imagine a top in this color, I'm not sure exactly what would be like what color would you maybe with damson like the purple the plum color
no.
maybe
Mm-mm. I only see it with like denim.
it
It's just not just don't. You're just gonna trip yourself up with this one. I have one client who liked it and it does work on, but it's a
It's
very unique
It
coloring.
is. It was so funny because we struggled, and Gail and I found one member that were like she had this color kind of in her eyes, and she was cool. Her type was soft, cool, medium. And Gail and I had a little bit of a fight over is this a warm color or cool color? And in my opinion, it reads cool. A muted yellow reads cool, even though it's technically, I suppose, warm. And she was like, "Oh wow, what a coincidence! I have a top in this," and posted in the group wearing that color. I think she's the only one on the planet that can wear
I mean,
that
and
color.
here's the thing. If you are that one out of a
It
hundred,
was,
it looks good on.
yeah, it just happened to work really well.
It
And
could be a signature for you, but I don't think you're going to find enough of it to be a signature. And it's just, like I say,
yeah,
it's just odd. Your pairings in your closet are going to be difficult. It's like a yellow with some gray in it, if that makes sense. It's
yeah,
just
it's
weird.
just
It is
the
very,
very dirty,
very weird.
dungy yellow. Yeah.
Let's just
So
move along to the beautiful, beautiful shades we've been given and blessed with. Oh, thank you, dear
yes,
designers and Pantone, for these shades. Let's talk
yes.
about Lion's Blue.
Gail loves Lion's Blue for
I
good
am
reason.
dying for Lion's Blue. It is for almost every
Yep.
body,
Yep.
top to bottom, light to deep, warm to cool.
And
Any
it's a warm blue. If you saw it in a store, you would just say blue. It's a very pretty blue. It's just right? It's not muted, it's not
Melon,
bright. It's
let's go
just
back to our theory again. Blues are cool. This is
yeah,
warmer. This
yeah,
gets
thank
into
you.
the field of Chinese blue, astronaut
Hmm.
blue. I call these marine blues. They're colors you see in the ocean. They're
Pretty.
just, this is rich, but not too deep.
Yeah,
It's saturated, but not too heavy.
right,
It has a liveliness that works for the brights, but it's not so bright or bold that it doesn't work for the soft.
right.
It blends with your cool tones. It blends with your warm tones. I think it's a fairly easy to produce color. I would almost call it, gosh, what would I call it? It's medium in intensity, I feel
Yeah,
like.
I think so. It's medium, it's a medium blue. And it's like you said, it's a warmer blue. Like you said, we actually have a few colors in our palette. I think astronaut blue is probably a really good close or the Chinese blue we have. Same thing.
To
It's just a
be
little bit of yellow in
beautiful in any fabric you can imagine, a t-shirt, a
it. Mhm.
brassiere, shoes, suede,
Yeah.
leather, wool, cotton, silk, satin, leather. I mean, there is nothing this won't look good at. And if
Yeah.
you're looking for a monochromatic look to make people's, jaw
Mhm.
drop when you walk in a room, Lion's Blue. Lion's Blue is also a blue I would probably also consider, and I just don't wear a lot of blue because I have green eyes and I prefer to stay in the green category, but I would wear this color. It is rich.
Yeah.
It is it's going to be hard to mess this up, and it can fit into a closet that's already been built around cool tones like pinks and purples and
Oh
wine.
yeah, 100%.
Also go into these warmer closets that have a lot of orange and
Yep.
coral and melons and
Hmm.
pumpkin brown. And now you talk about a stunning combination.
Yeah.
This was one of those chocolatey browns, dead, kill me now.
Yeah.
That is the autumnal look, especially if you don't want to look like a pumpkin. This screams autumn.
Oh, it's so it's funny in the chart that I'm looking at right now, we have lion's blue on top of chili oil, and it is
Yes.
the perfect combo. It's because it's a warmer blue, but it's still a cool color against the chili oil, which is a warm brown, and it's just this beautiful, beautiful combo.
It's if
So
you
pretty.
don't know what else to do, but you want to add a new color, get it.
Yeah,
Now,
agree.
is it going to appear? I think so.
I think so.
Trying to think of if I've seen it, maybe, but I'm telling you, the Browns are just taking over, bullying everybody right off the rack. The Browns, they are just here and they're loud and proud. Like catalog covers are the Browns are on the covers. But if we move over to, let's say, Winterberry,
Yes,
I am seeing that appear.
it's really pretty.
It is because berries sometimes can get a little bright or a little deep for some of our girls that have a little softer coloring. But Winterberry has a delicacy to it,
It
but it
does.
also has enough to me saturation for a medium to deep. I think this is another one, just like Lion's Blue. It's for everybody, just about.
I don't think I think it's for everybody that's cool.
Well, yeah, let me say that. But I do,
Yeah, because
there are some warm
it's a
ones I think
cool,
it's good.
it's a soft, cool red. It actually matches almost identical to our YCS's soft, cool red. And so
I
it's
think that
not
there's
flattering
some
on
warms
warms.
that can wear it. If
Hmm,
you're very soft, I think a soft warm could wear it as depending. Now, this is one
I
of
would
those colors.
agree if you're soft, not if you're bright.
And I agree. Let's take the bright warms out of it. So
Yeah.
everybody, but here's the caveat and why I kind of say this. You're unlikely to walk in stores and see the exact
Yeah.
Pantone Winterberry.
Point.
What you're going to see are berries, and that's going to range from a soft red into your more cranberry-ish, all the way over to what I would consider a sienna type color. You're going to see a warm version of this Winterberry. It's already out there.
Yeah, I can totally see when you say that because
One of the
it
prominent
happens a
stores did
lot.
it already in a suit. And it was kind of like a almost a dark, dark salmon. I was going to see if I can find it in this catalog. And it was stunning, but it was almost like we stood there looking at it saying, is that warm or is that cool? Is that warm
Hmm.
or is it cool? It was that much on the line between
Interesting.
warm and cool shades. So it was definitely in this cranberries. I can't even remember what they called them.
Cranberry is a great way to describe it, except not as vibrant. So
Yes.
if you can imagine cranberry, but just soften it up in your brain, it's because cranberry comes across pretty vibrant and bright. So it's just soft,
It's
much
not
softer than that.
that different than the top you have on, if I'm being honest. If you took that top you have on and deepened it,
Maybe if you
you
darkened it a
get
little
there.
bit,
You
maybe.
really get
If
there.
you saw this, let these lights mess with you. Because if you saw
Okay.
this in person, it's much warmer than it
Because the
really
way
is.
it's so showing up on
But on
screen,
the video, on the screen, I think I would agree with you. If you darken this a little bit, it comes across as a cool cranberry red. It's literally matches our soft cool red. Like
but here's the thing for
exactly.
you soft light girls, this could be your red for
This
Christmas.
could be
This can also,
very pretty.
as those of you who are soft and you want something berryish or pinkish, plumish, but those colors tend to feel somewhat heavy because I am bright cool deep.
You could wear this.
Sometimes plums and berries feel a little heavy, especially when I start putting them in lipstick and stuff.
Mhm.
So this is a perfect one for you guys who've always wanted to wear those berry tones. Because for us cools, those are our fall winter colors. We go to plums and berries when y'all over here in pumpkins and chocolates and not tangerine, but terracottas. We're over in that's just where we live, plum berry land. And so this one is a lighter, softer version. So if you've missed that in previous years, you felt like the plums got too dark, too deep, too harsh. This one's it. It is really, really, it's almost a rosy berry, if we could.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a very pretty color. I can see a lot of people wearing it, especially around the holidays, but it's got that vibe of where anywhere between November and December, it's just got this. And if you pair that with bright white for you cools, this makes me
There's
happy.
almost a smidge of spiciness to it, like we think about the
I
holidays,
think it
like
really
a
depends on the fabric too. I
not
think,
warmth, but a
yeah.
little bit of just like if you had a punch that you pour ginger ale into and it gets a little sparkly or something. It's just got that feel to me, that holiday feel. But now I also see you being able to wear this with a lot of your cool colors, especially colors like navy.
Yeah.
If you're bright and deep, you can wear it with black. You can wear it
Hmm.
with gray. You're going to be able to wear it with some of the other plum tones. Denim, it'll look great with denim. It's just going to be an easy color to wear. There's nobody except your bright warm days, but there's nobody in cool world that I feel like, oh no,
I think this is perfect for all, yeah, all the cools. Brights,
it will be a
softs, light to
beautiful,
dark.
beautiful,
Yep.
beautiful lip color. If you're that girl that just wants a lip color to wear every day and you're in the cool territory,
Right.
as long as you're not super light, this is a great color.
Hmm.
I mean, just get it, smack it on and go.
So then so in that realm, then let's pop over to poppy red.
Love it.
Super
Come on,
fun.
Christmas.
I think it's pretty. Now, I mean, we're going to see all kinds of variations of this because reds are, I think, hard to reproduce. And we're going to probably see warm versions of this and cool versions and neutral versions of
I
it. But it
happen
is a
to have a lot.
bright statement red.
Yeah, it's just red.
It's red.
It's plain red, candy apple,
Right.
fire engine, right there in the middle of the chart. I
Yeah.
think it can
It's
be worn by most of our brides.
I think, yeah, warm or cool. I think right now, the way it presents itself is being forecasted. It looks like a pretty much neutral red. And like, as in warm or cool, anybody can wear it.
But
And it's
bright.
not, it's got a little bit of dark. It's just past the super bright version of it. So it's got a slight softness, but not too soft. Um, I think everybody can wear this
A little
color.
bright. I think there's a little pop in there.
It's
Now again,
right.
we see a million versions, but I will also go back to Winterberry and say that both Winterberry and Poppy would look very good with winter white.
Oh, yes. That's
And
what,
winter
yes.
white was available last year. Some of my clients got some pieces, and it was a beautiful way to wear white in the winter, and especially if you're warm.
Yeah.
Putting that on the bottom and putting that red up near your
Beautiful.
face was stunning.
Yeah.
Um, I know these seem different on the palette, Poppy and Winterberry, but I think they're going to live in a little bit of the same space. They're going to
They
live in
could. They could
reddish,
easily.
reddish tones.
Right.
So anytime you have multiple colors in a family, I feel like you can say that whole family is probably going to be
And
trending. You're going to
yeah.
see
And
iterations.
you know that some designers and retailers are going to combine some of these colors in really unexpected ways. Like, didn't Ann Taylor do something like a lavender and a cool lavender and a warm red or something one season? And it was completely unexpected, but it worked. It just was confusing to wear. Because if
Yeah.
you're cool, you cool or
Yeah.
warm when you wear it. I don't.
It's a wearable color. It's great for the
Yeah,
holidays.
beautiful.
It is
So
something
pretty. I'll be wearing it.
out of our reds. It's beautiful. It's red. Enough
Love it.
said.
All right. So the la there are three more colors, but they all are basically versions of themselves. I'm going to list them and then we can talk about them individually. So we've got from light to dark, primrose pink, which is the palest version of the trio. Damson, which is about medium. We'll tell what it is in a second. And mauve wine, which is the darkest version of this trio. And they are so similar, but the biggest difference is that primrose pink is so pale, like it is so almost iridescent. It's like almost translucent. It's such a pale version of it. And damson is right there in the middle. It's a very muted purple, plum-ish color. It looks like a lighter version of mauve wine, which is a very deep plum. Kind of sounds exactly what it is named, mauve wine.
It looks like they kind of live on the same row,
They
but they're just
do. I really think they live on this. I think you could do a monochromatic look with those three: primrose
the
pink and
three
mauve
colors
wine.
together. Stunning. And
Yeah.
the girls in our membership that are cool were just so excited when they saw these colors.
Yes.
Again, let's talk about Damson, the one in the middle.
Yeah.
This is the most wearable of the three.
Hmm.
And it again, just like Winterberry, gives those people that aren't super deep, super bright, they're
Right.
middle toned, an option in that plummy kind of category.
Yeah.
And because it does have a softness to it, it almost has like a little gray in it.
Yeah. It's definitely muted for sure, but that
Pretty.
doesn't
But
mean you
now,
can't wear it if you're bright.
let me tell you, if you get into that really gray, chalky lavender kind of color, that can look very matronly, like Mother the Bride quickly. Damson is richer than that. So stay a little pigmented there. But basically, this is telling you look at it. We've had a berry, we've got a medium plummy color, we've got a light pink, we've got a dark wine. These berry plums are going to trend. And
Yeah.
so just look for them in that space. Mauve wine is very, very, very deep.
Yes. It's actually part of their classics, meaning that they're treating it like almost like a neutral. And I can see how that can be because it's a very dark color that will
If
go
you're
with just
a
about
girl that
everything.
build again around pinks, plums,
Yeah.
mauves, navy, all those, that's going to slide right in.
It'll
It's
look
going to
beautiful with
be,
poppy red. Can you? Oh,
yes. No,
yeah. I
that's
mean, think about, oh my
all
gosh.
those. Like if you want a color block, that mauve wine and poppy
Oh,
red,
so
that
pretty.
mauve wine, and you could do
Yeah.
fuchsia
Yes.
color
Yes.
block. There's
It,
blues you could do in color
right.
block.
It's
It's
so
really
dark.
pretty. It would be it feels very fall winter. It's
Yeah.
very seasonal. I don't see many people wanting to wear that color in the summer, even though you should wear your best colors all year round. It just feels nothing like summer. But now this will be beautiful again in textures,
Yeah.
like wool pants, a tweed blazer, a satin blouse, and it will be beautiful in undergarments. Now, when it comes to your makeup, do not go buy that lipstick unless you're a person, one of our melanated um, people that you have some real depth to your skin, or it's going to be too harsh and it'll make your lips look small and things like that. Now, in an eyeshadow, though, on somebody with, you know,
Hmm.
bright, cool, deep, and you've got green eyes, oh gosh, an eyeliner. There's always places you can stick these in. Where I would love, like if it was me personally going shopping, I'd love a pair of suede boots in this color.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Hand
You know what? Here's the thing, like this color, because it's so dark, yes, it's cool, but it's a plum color, and dark plum, in my opinion, translates really well as a neutral, bottoms, boots, bags, shoes. I think for all color types. I mean, it
I
is,
would put this on a bright, warm, deep too.
yeah. I'll put on white, bright, more medium. I'm trying to think if I have
These
had boots
deep,
in that
deep
color.
purple tones, these deep, deep plums
Yeah.
look very good on very warm people, especially if you've got like copper or really orangey hair.
Looks really beautiful with, yeah, orange
Deep
hair, blonde
purple,
hair, golden hair. Yeah.
one of those kind of one-off color combinations,
Yeah.
but they're fantastic. And this look would look great with chili oil. It would look great with orange or pumpkin,
Yeah.
your
I
washed
would
orange.
wear it. I used to have a pair of wool pants in that color.
Oh gosh, dreamy,
It
dreamy,
was,
dreamy.
yeah, I had a red blouse that went with it. You've been so proud of me.
Beautiful in a wrap. It would be beautiful in a
Yeah.
silk blouse. It would
Yeah.
be beautiful in just a sweater. It would even be beautiful in athleisure wear and athletic wear. Like I
Yeah.
would totally buy the
Are we
leggings
seeing
and
that already? I thought we were already kind of seeing that out there already.
see
Maybe
some
not.
people peeking in. They give us a like a pre-fall and then they give us the real fall. That happens every season. You get a little bit, and it seems like the little bit is often the colors that feel like they're bridging the seasons.
Hmm.
Like Winterberry is still pink enough and bright enough for summer, you know. So I feel like some of those colors we're seeing first, and we're now starting to see the browns just everywhere. But
Yeah.
um,
Primrose pink. I feel like this is a very hard color to wear. I think only a certain type of person can wear this color really well.
light, but this will play a good role in things like background for a print.
Yeah.
It could be a beautiful silky shell under the
True.
deep wine blazer, but not by itself.
Unless, unless it would do very well against someone with very dark skin, cool dark skin.
Or very, very pale, because it has hardly any color.
Yeah,
Be a person that can't handle, you're either very dark, so you carry the colors on your own, or you're so pale that much color is
and
frightening on you.
even then that's challenging because if you're that fair, you don't really want to wear colors that are as light as you. You want them a tiny bit darker just to give
I'm
you a
talking about
little
that
bit
one
of
girl that
color.
porcelain. Like she is totally porcelain. She might could wear it, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't have much of a presence. And let me tell you, these colors really tricked us too
Hmm.
in a lot of ways. Because when we first saw them beside other colors, they looked one way,
Yeah.
but when we isolated them to drape them, they look totally different when
Totally
they got on
different.
skin.
It was a
So if your skin
challenge.
tone has any peachiness to it, this is going to look like chalk,
Yeah.
like pink chalk. It's just because I thought this was a color I was interested in, but not.
Yeah.
Now, where I would be interested in is my lightest eyeshadow color. up against a green eye like that in
I
a
see that.
shimmery tone would be
Yeah, I can see
beautiful.
that.
Um, trying to think of where else this might show up. I think patterns are the natural choice.
I think
That's
so
about
too. I guess we'll just wait
it.
and see. I'm very curious. We'll come regroup on it like in a month
I
or two.
haven't seen it yet. So there's
Okay,
that.
our
Or we'll
last,
see a little bit more pigmented version, a little more
I hope
wearable
so.
version.
I hope that we see more like a little bit more of it, like just a little extra dye and ink into the garment would really make that a very pretty color. Okay, last but certainly not least, before we end this, wrap this up, we've got, and I'm going to group them together only because they seem to be like the, I'm going to air quote, typical neutrals, even though they're all, in my opinion, cool colors and will look best on cool people, but we have some like butts in there. So bright white, vapor blue, even don't be tricked by that name, and crown blue. In my opinion, and correct me if you disagree, Gail, but crown blue is basically navy blue, a nice medium navy blue. Vapor blue is a
Definitely a
medium.
lighter navy, and it's definitely grayed out navy, if you can imagine that.
Well, navy, that word navy ranges from a bright
Yeah,
bluish navy to a muted.
indigo.
So, right. But it's like, it's a
It when
nice neutral,
isolated, crown blue is very soft.
very soft. Yes. Yes. So a great neutral,
For
but
a soft cool medium, girl, run, get
yeah.
it, get
Yeah,
it.
so it's a great neutral. Just keep that in mind. If everybody wants a neutral bluish, navy-ish kind of thing, wear them at the as away from the face, unless you are someone that's soft, cool, medium, maybe soft, cool, light. I think it might even be too muted for soft, cool, deep as a top, not as a other
It
garment.
could be like where I could see it on a soft cool deep is she's wearing a really pigmented navy suit, like a true indigo type navy, and this was a satin shell. That would be beautiful.
Yeah, something
And
like
I,
that.
that would be lovely. And I could see this in I think it will show up in suede because, sometimes suede
Mm,
just softens a color. So you're gonna,
yeah,
if you like, we're looking something in navy suede, it may actually appear this color.
yeah.
It's not a
So
bad color. I think
no,
it's
it's
very with pinks and plums, and
yeah,
if
I just thought noticing it as, oh, that's gonna be a fun color to wear. It immediately translates to me as a neutral blue. That's, and I'm
in the
sure it'll
right
show
format,
up.
it could
Hopefully, it
be
shows up
beautiful.
in some interesting ways. But
We're gonna
lion's blue is interesting to me. Crown blue,
I don't know if we're gonna see it
yeah.
a lot. It's just not that interesting.
It's
Like you said.
yeah. Again, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Vapor blue is not blue. It is just a medium gray. It is not a cool gray, cooler gray, and it's not a warmer gray. It is just gray. Um, I don't know what else
No,
to say about it. There's nothing special about it at all. So
we're not seeing other grays in the palette, so I don't think gray is trending. I think somebody just threw that in.
I feel like it does feel like an afterthought compared because even crown blue looks like a thoughtful blue put into the palette, even if
Now,
it's not
crown
interesting.
blue and vapor blue together, beautiful,
Oh, sure,
especially
a nice cool,
a
yeah.
little
I mean, because it's a
winterberry or
neutral,
one of the
yeah.
plums. It's lovely, but
Maybe
on
great.
its
Maybe
own,
vapor blue shows up like a silver. Like maybe it shows up more in like holiday attire or something where it's a nice,
I just
pretty
don't
gray.
wear that monochromatic, whatever you do.
Yeah. But it's definitely runs a little on the lighter side as well. So people who are deep, gonna wash you out. Just, I think it's gonna show up. Maybe I don't know how it's gonna show up yet. Maybe it's just gonna be part
Yeah,
of some
I
other,
really just don't see it happening.
yeah, nothing exciting there. And then the last but not least is the bright white, which is Gail's like go-to neutral, at least one of hers. This is a bright white.
I went
So
to
when
New
we say
York
bright,
last week. I'm unpacking and I'm thinking, Gail, you really have a problem with bright white. Like, I love bright white shoes, bright white tops, bright white pants, bright white dresses. I love bright white. Like, it's like one of my signature colors. I know that's odd, but
it's
it
not
really
odd.
works for me. And I
It works
love
well
it.
because you're high
And going into
contrast. Yeah.
winter, I don't need those creamy whites. So some of you do, and some of you
Yes.
will wear those. But bright white feels like summer, but in the right fabric, it can feel very snowy winter and
Oh,
ice,
yeah. For those that can wear
especially with
this,
silver and tinsely kind of things, and it can be gorgeous.
In a way, even though it's white, listeners, it is still bright white. So it's probably one of the most intense colors on this palette next to poppy red. And the reason I say that is it's because it's extreme. And so the people that can wear bright white are going to be people like Gail, bright, cool, deep, especially high contrast, bright, cool, deeps. Women with really dark brown skin, cool brown skin are going to look amazing in bright white. And
I
I
have a
think pretty much any of the bright
sweatshirt,
cools, right? I mean,
a textured sweatshirt, and I
yeah,
absolutely love it. It
right.
looks great on me in the middle of winter, and it instead of feeling summery, it feels snowy. I also have a puffer jacket in this color
Yeah.
that I
I
absolutely
would
love.
love to be able to wear this color and a beautiful sweater and some really, stylized pants. I mean, obviously, I would love it, but it would look so bad on me.
Yeah, but for those who are bright gold deep, black and white
Yeah.
goes all the way through the winter, but you're going to move into different fabrics. So, like a
Yes.
white sweater with black leather pants, boom,
Yeah.
rocket girl. I don't feel white shoes in the dead of winter or white bags. I don't really love, but imagine this in like a sweatshirt, a nubby sweater, a puffer,
Mhm.
your ski bib, your
Yeah,
those kind of things. It's really fun
definitely.
and it does feel seasonally appropriate.
Yeah, definitely. So we did it. We did all of them. I will, for listeners, and if we were watching on the YouTubes,
On
this
the
will be
YouTubes,
on the
there.
YouTubes. There'll be a link somewhere in the description that goes with this episode that you can go to the blog, and there will be a download for the chart of the colors so that you can kind of follow along. So if you're curious what we're talking about, that's how you can
Yeah,
get that.
you
Okay,
really geek out on this stuff, Style Masters is the place for you because we do this in the
totally.
spring and fall. We do a deep dive. Like we've spent August studying the colors and we'll spend September studying the trends, which I
Yeah,
can't wait. And how these are really going to work and how
yeah.
we're really going to wear them and style them. So we'd love to have you join us. Just go over to yourcolorstyle.com/style masters to join all the fun. But until then, happy shopping and go and get your Moxie on. Bye now.